Ooh, do the dash in the whip, got a 30, I like Curry, I just aim and I switch, make her sing like a birdie, she take...
Back to the Pick and Roll podcast. Obviously it's been a while since we've uploaded, but we say that every episode, but we're not gonna go on a 4-month break like we did.
Yep.
Hopefully we can get some consistency going. Mm-hmm. But other than that, it's a sad week in the NBA world. We've all heard it. We don't need to talk about it for too long, but
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant, his daughter Gigi,
Prayers out for
7 others for
Vanessa
their families,
and the other kids.
other families.
families.
They're not getting as much attention. They'll always be known as the other families, and that's probably not right, but that's just what's going to be when truly an American hero dies. You know?
National icon.
Yeah. So let's get past the somber news. Let's go. The All-Star reserves, we just watched it on TV, have been announced. I agree for the most part, but there's one snub, I think. There's one snub. I think we all know who it's talking about, and it's Devin Booker.
Obvious, yeah.
Who would you put him over? If you have him in, do you think Devin Booker should have been in?
Honestly, even though I am a Thunder fan, and I'm so happy Chris Paul made it, 17 points a game.
But he leads that team.
He's leadership.
And he has respect from players, coaches, and fans.
But
Devin Booker,
statistics-wise, I don't think he should have made it statistics-wise.
Yeah.
Even though
But the Suns are like 12-13 in the West, and the Thunder are 7 seed, and
They didn't expect
pretty
to.
much locked into the 7 seed because they're about 4.5 up on the Grizzlies, who are 8th. Gobert. I know I might be a Gobert hater because I'm a Nuggets fan. The Jazz are a rival of the Nuggets.
Yeah.
I mean, even the Thunder are, but I like the Thunder. Respect them. I don't like the Jazz. You know, that's just how I am. But I think they needed another center. Also, they needed another front court guy. That's why Gobert made it. I don't know. D-Book deserves to be in it, though. It's been 3 years in a row that he should have been in. And the Suns aren't like bottom feeder this year. They have a legit shot to make the playoffs, and that's why I think he should have been in over maybe Chris Paul, maybe Rudy Gobert, maybe Donovan Mitchell.
maybe.
That's my issue. I don't think the Jazz should have 2 All-Stars.
Yeah, but the Jazz are a surprising team this year. It's
No,
not surprising.
That's where a lot of teams
they're doing well.
But I don't think they deserve to have 2 All-Stars.
Yeah, I guess.
Because let's look at the other teams.
You made the case that
The Clippers only have 1 All-Star.
The Warriors a couple of years ago didn't have to have 4 All-Stars.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that they should have.
Yeah.
I guess you're just saying that history's shown that tends to happen, where the better teams. But even then, that was because of the fans. The Jazz, I'm not saying there aren't a lot of Jazz
Small
fans out
market
there,
team, yeah.
but they're not the fan base that the Warriors have, and that's why the Warriors had 4. But they definitely deserve to have 3. Draymond probably shouldn't have made it. Clay,
Draymond should not have made it.
KD, and Curry all deserve to. And I think Donovan and Rudy both deserve to, but in the West, it's so stacked.
Yeah.
That
So I can't see a lot of
have
centers besides Cat. I can see Cat over Gobert.
They've lost 10 in a row.
Yeah, like the team isn't good. But
And he's missed a lot of games too.
yeah,
So.
but there's not a lot of people that would be over Gobert because they need to put a center there.
Well, they have Jokic off the bench. They don't have to. It's not this year. It's backcourt and frontcourt. It's not guards, forwards, and centers.
All right.
That's why I don't know. Someone's going to get snubbed in the West every year.
Yeah.
That's just we have to come to the fact that that's going to happen.
Sadly, it has to be Devin Booker every year.
Do you want to talk about the rule changes?
I mean, we can, yeah.
Do you? I'm asking you. Explain them.
Yeah, so instead of playing for whole 4 quarters, you play 3 quarters, and then say the score is 100 to 95, you would add 24 to the leading team's score, so they would play to 124, and there's no time clock.
Yeah.
So,
And the first 3 quarters, after each quarter, the score resets. So say Team LeBron this year wins 29-26 after the first quarter.
They win game.
$100,000 goes to a LeBron choice charity that's in Chicago because the All-Star game's in Chicago.
Yeah.
They do that for the first, second, and third quarters. And in the fourth quarter, they play to 24, no matter what the score is. Whoever is leading, that's the plus 24. That's what they go to. Whoever is so LeBron, they're winning 195. Whatever 24 of 100 is 124 because they're winning. So 95 gets not penalized, but they don't get to just automatically. Oh, well, it's tied now. We're just going to go to 24. No, you're still behind 5 from the previous 3 quarters.
That's good. I like it.
Yeah. And they're still doing stuff with the draft, and that's that's been an improvement in competitiveness, I'd say, because players get money now for winning, and they can give it to a charity. They can keep it if they're selfish, I guess, but I don't think any of them did. This season has been fun. We've missed a lot of action. I'm not talking about it on here, but that's okay. We're back. What is your favorite thing that has happened this year in the NBA?
Seeing my Thunder doing so well.
Let's say away from the Thunder.
All right, yeah, that's fair.
Because we could come up with moments.
Seeing Ja be a player
That was mine. Dang. Okay, I got
that I expect that I hoped he would become.
Yeah.
Because I really like Ja, and I thought he had the potential to be a good player in the NBA, and I didn't think he'd reach it this soon. He's been really good, like 19 points per game, 18 points, 17, like Chris Paul. He's been doing pretty good. Has some pretty good highlights, like the lob, the 360 pass, pretty good.
One of them was a missed dunk on Kevin Love.
Yeah,
and that's a highlight because he basically jumped over.
Air Jordan. He had the Jordan
Air
pose.
Ja. I'll say, besides that, my favorite just thing about the season is all the young talent, which that goes along with Ja. But Luka making a jump to being an MVP caliber player. Trae Young. Even guys lower like Shea, Gilgeous-Alexander, Michael Porter Jr. There's just, the list goes on of how much young talent the NBA has. Tyler Herro, Bam Adebayo, Kendrick Nunn. The list goes on, and that's very exciting because that means in future years, once LeBron leaves, once Steph leaves, once KD leaves, and once Giannis leaves, even though he's pretty young himself, we have guys that can fill those roles.
And you think about it,
being stars.
I wonder how long it's been since 2 sophomore players have been starters in the All-Star draft, like in the All-Star weekend.
Probably not.
I don't think it's ever happened.
Probably not.
That's crazy.
And the funny thing is they would trade for each other on draft night, which makes the whole story. That's a borderline 30 for 30 story.
It is, yeah. In a couple of years.
Yeah.
Down the line.
So today we're gonna give our mid-season awards. Halfway through, that was about a couple weeks ago, was when every NBA team had played 41 games. We're gonna do it now. What award do we want to start with? We're gonna end with MVP.
Let's start Coach of the Year.
Coach of the Year, simple one. Who's your Coach of the Year halfway through the season?
I said Eric Spoelstra.
I did too.
Because nobody thought this Heat team would be as good as they are right now.
They were a borderline playoff team.
Yeah.
And they're 2-3 seed in the East. They're right there. So
Jimmy Butler's really stepped up on this team.
And it's not like they have the stars to do this. That means there's a lot of good coaching that goes into it. There's young guys. You have to coach young guys. You have to coach Tyler Herro, Bam Adebayo, Kendrick Nunn, Duncan Robinson. You have to coach those guys.
For sure.
And the good thing is he has a veteran in Jimmy Butler to get him going. And I think this is what the Timberwolves could have been.
And you can see with the chemistry, like with interviews of like Bam, Jimmy, and Tyler, they're friends.
Yeah, that one slam. Yeah, that was
so funny.
That was funny.
I love watching
that. Was a funny interview. But I think this is what the Timberwolves could have been.
Yeah.
But as we all know, Wiggins and Cat, they never really got the push that Jimmy was trying to give them, and that's why they never really panned out. But yeah, Eric Spoelstra definitely deserves some recognition, if not all recognition, to be Coach of the Year. And we're going to give 3 people. We're going to give 2 honorable mentions for each award, but our Coach of the Year right now is Eric Spoelstra. So who is your first honorable mention?
Taylor Jenkins, the coach of the Memphis Grizzlies.
Yep. That's another. It's another team that's really young. You got to coach them.
They're in the playoffs, and most people expected that they were going to be in the bottom of the league.
Yeah.
Like they have before. But they're doing really well. Ja, Brandon Clark, Jaren Jackson Jr. They got a lot of J's in their start lineup.
Let's go down the list. Ja. They got Dylan Brooks. Jay Crowder probably starts, probably off and on.
Jaren Jackson Jr.
That's 3 J's right
Brandon
there. And Jonas Valanciunas. He might start. No, I doubt it because they're not going to run small.
Yeah.
They're going to run big. Brandon Clark at the 3. That's
no, they wouldn't.
He's not a stretch to floor guy.
He's been good though.
Yeah. And that's another young guy that has potential to be a star in the league. My second guy was Billy Donovan.
I'm happy with that.
Pick and Roll podcast fans know I'm not the biggest fan of Billy Donovan, and neither are you, and he's a Thunder fan. But this year, I think he's proven he can be a serviceable, if not good, NBA coach.
There's been some discrepancy between Thunder fans and Billy Donovan for years now. There's been a lot of fire Billy Donovan tweets going around, and you have to think, what do those do to him clashing with Westbrook? And then you bring in Chris Paul, and then everything starts to click because Chris Paul's more of a leader, more of like a team.
That's kind of like
team dynamic.
I think
Westbrook's
coaches
more of a-
need a guy that can lead, be a player coach, like Chris Paul, like Jimmy Butler for Eric Spoelstra. And Russ, although I just don't see him as like I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, he's not Chris Paul, he's not Jimmy Butler. He'll get on guys, but I don't think he'll truly, I don't know what the word is to explain, but yeah, it can turn on. I don't know, I don't think Russ was the right guy for Billy Donovan to coach. Billy Donovan needs a guy that needs guys that are not stars, really.
Yeah.
Because if you have a star, you got to do everything around
Westbrook.
It's tough to coach a star.
Because you see this year, there's not just one guy like leading us in scoring every night. There's 4 main guys leading us in scoring. It's never happened before. It's always been Russ.
Are you including Nerlens or Steven?
No, I'm including Chris Paul, Dennis Schroeder, Shea, and Gallo.
Oh, duh, Gallo.
Yeah.
That's my bad. Why am I looking up at him? And even like Steven Adams probably not gonna lead in scoring, but Nerlens Noel can break out for a game and give it 24.
He's been doing good.
So if I was a coach in the NBA, that's the team I would want to coach. I mean, not the Thunder, but that's the kind of team I would want to coach. Is a team that's well-rounded, has a lot of guys. That's been the Nuggets' MO for years, and that's been also their weakness for years. Is they don't have that go-to guy to go to down the stretch.
Yeah.
They just have guys that Will Barton's going to give you 28 tonight. Jeremy Grant's going to give you 26 tonight.
They all about give you 20 a night, usually.
Yeah.
Around there.
I mean, Chris Paul's under 20, Shea's under 20. They're all under 20.
They're like 17, 20-ish range, and then someone goes off for like 25, 30.
Yeah.
That's
great. And if they all don't have like 8-point games, then you're going to win a lot of basketball games if your top 3, top 4 players aren't giving you 8. You know? Because that's 15 a night at least from everybody. That's 60 points at least right off the bat. You know, so I like what Billy Donovan's done this year.
Which is why he's my 3rd coach of the year.
Yeah, my 3rd was Quinn Snyder. I don't think he gets enough credit as the Utah Jazz coach. He does it every year that he's been there. They've been successful defensively and offensively. They've really shown improvements on both sides of the ball each year too, and that's what you need to do to stay competitive in this league. You can't stay stagnant. You got to keep improving, and that's what they've done. So I'll give my 3rd to Quinn Snyder. What do we want to go? Rookie? Let's go rookie because it's pretty obvious.
Yep.
Ja
Morant. We talked about him earlier in the
electric.
He's just
He seems like a good guy too. You know, he's not cocky.
I think he's humble because of his stardom, like his beginnings.
Murray State didn't get recruited.
Yeah.
My second guy is Kendrick Nunn.
My second guy is also in the Heat, but it's Tyler Hero.
See, that I don't agree with it. He's not even in my top 3. Is Kendrick Nunn in your top 3?
No.
Kendrick Nunn has outplayed Tyler Hero.
I know he has. I just have more
Well,
bias.
you clearly don't.
I have more bias towards Tyler Hero because I
You like Tyler Hero.
Yeah.
But
I've liked him from the beginning.
who did the Thunder draft this year?
We drafted. Darius Bazley.
Yeah. So, and Tyler wasn't available. Right?
I know, but he
But
was.
you always wanted Tyler to go to the Thunder.
in the mock drafts. He was like early.
So the
mock
Heat were
drafts.
smart and drafted him at 14.
Yeah, because his stock rose as like the combine and stuff like that.
But Kendrick Nunn is leading in. I mean, he guarantees leading him in stats all across the board.
I'm sure he is,
And
I'll give it to you on that.
And Kendrick Nunn, Jimmy Butler missed the first couple games of the year. I'd say 4 or 5 personal reasons. Kendrick Nunn's the reason they started 3-2, 4-1.
Yeah,
because he was giving you 25 a night. I mean, I think he won Player of the Week the first week of the NBA.
I think he might have. Yeah,
And he was undrafted this year. That's just I love
he
that.
drafted really well this year.
Yeah. Well, they didn't even draft Kendrick Nunn.
Well, they had a good
Off-season
rookie
class. 3rd guy.
Zion Williamson.
What? He's played 3 games.
Oh, I was thinking like projections. Yeah, that makes sense. That's my bad.
Who would you have 3rd then? Besides Kendrick Nunn, we've talked about it.
I would say Brandon Clark.
Brandon Clark,
Yeah.
probably top 10 in my ladder. I'm going RJ Barrett at 3.
I don't think
The
RJ 's
Knicks haven't been good, but he's giving you 15 a night, which
Oh,
is second most
yeah.
points per game out of anybody in the rookie class.
Okay.
So you got to give credit where credit's due, and that's what I'm doing.
I just haven't been watching a lot of Knicks games.
I don't recall watching one besides the Nuggets games, but you know he's giving you 15 a game, and that's second most in the rookie class behind Ja. You got to give credit.
I guess you're right. I get that one.
Let's go Depoy, defensive player of the year. Mine is Anthony Davis.
Mm.
I stumbled across this the other day. There's only 3 players in the NBA that average two blocks and 1.5 steals?
Yeah.
2 blocks and 1.5 steals. John Isaac from the Orlando Magic, Andre Drummond, which that's very surprising,
Mhm.
and Anthony Davis. And Anthony Davis has more steals and blocks than both of those guys. So he's leading it statistically. He's the anchor for the Lakers, even though they have JaVale McGee, Dwight Howard. So he has to play on the perimeter sometimes, but he still stays in front. He's one of the few guys in the NBA that can play elite defense, perimeter, and interior. That's why I got to give it to him.
I got Giannis.
He's my number 2.
Mm.
Statistically, he's not there. If you look at the stats,
Oh, yeah.
he's not even, barely averages a steal and a block a game,
Yeah.
if that. So why do you have Giannis here?
He's intimidating to other opponents.
I know, but so is Rudy Gobert.
He's on my list.
So is Taco Fall. You know,
Yeah.
you can't base defensive player of the
You
year
can't
off
tell
of
me-
intimidation factor.
I mean, you can't tell me when you're on the offensive side of the ball.
What does that give him defensive player of the
You
year?
see Giannis there. You know he's gonna block. You know he's gonna give his all to just clamp you down.
Yeah,
Yeah. Hustle.
but that just because he gives it at all doesn't mean he's the most successful at doing it.
I mean, he has good stat. I'm not good.
I have him at number 2. I'm not saying he's a bad defender at all.
Yeah.
I'm just saying you can't base your defensive player of the year based off of intimidation.
I guess he has the eye test.
That's not how you describe awards though. It's who has done the best, not who looks the best.
I guess. All right.
Who's in your number 2?
I got Jonathan Isaac.
He's my number 3. He's been hurt too, and he's still on my ladder. That's something to say.
Mhm.
And the Magic have been good. I think they have the best opponent points per game this year. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Big reason is John Isaac. He stops. I mean, it's not just the steals; it's the deflections.
Oh yeah.
It's
He's been
the
playing great defense.
it's the contests out on the perimeter. You know,
Mhm.
he's really good. He's underrated. Ooh, is he underrated? But he's my number 3. My number 2 is Giannis. Who's your number 3?
Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't actually done as well as he did last year
Yeah.
defensively, which is surprising.
There's a statistic about Westbrook. He drives the least in the NBA against the Utah Jazz because
Yeah.
he's scared to go into the paint against Rudy.
I also, Jokic, in his career, every team he goes against, he averages at least 14, I think.
Yeah,
Against the Jazz, he averages 8.
really. I
And
that
they
just
play
shows
tonight,
defense.
though. They play tonight, so we'll see who wins that battle.
It's
But
exciting.
that just shows you that Jokic could easily be intimidated. I feel like he shies away against
yeah.
the more interior defenders, but Rudy Gobert really does it, and
Mhm.
I think that's different than the intimidation factor, though.
Yeah,
From that you're talking about with Giannis,
you're right.
because they go in knowing this dude doesn't foul me when I go in.
Mhm.
He's just tall, uses his verticality. I can't finish over him. He'll block me. He'll contest it. I mean, I just don't want to even try that because he won't foul me.
Mhm.
But Giannis, it's like but Gobert's weakness, if you put him out on the perimeter, that's
He
why against the
can't, yeah.
Rockets,
Yeah.
if they play the Rockets in the playoffs,
They
the
go
Rockets
5.
win that series
5
every
wide.
9 out of 10 times because you can switch him out on this, and it's barbecue chicken, as
Yeah.
Charles Barkley would say, or Shaq. I'm
Shaq.
one of them. Yeah, so those are our 3 defensive player of the year award candidates. Mine being Anthony Davis is the winner. Him having Giannis. Let's go most improved.
All right.
Who's your most improved player?
Brandon Ingram.
That is mine as well. 7.2 point jump.
Yeah, it's pretty drastic.
Mm-hmm. What do you like about the slender man?
I mean, offensively,
We're good.
He doesn't seem like he has a lot of weaknesses in his offensive game.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
And
he
defensively
scored
he's
all
there
3
too.
levels. He scored all 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's very improved mentally too. He goes from a guy that's just washed away from the Lakers, traded, right, and a huge trade, to being an all-star, as we saw this tonight.
Yeah,
I mean you get traded, you're like, maybe I'm not as good as I thought I was, because they kept Kuzma over Ingram.
Yeah,
which at the time I think that wasn't the whole.
I thought there was more potential in Kuzma.
Yeah, clearly not. He's giving you 25 a game, and this Pelicans team, I'm telling you, in a couple years, they're going to be really, really good.
I think so, too.
Lonzo's shown some flashes this year. Brandon Ingram, obviously an all-star, and then we got Zion. Jackson Hayes is good.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, this Pelicans team is going to be dangerous. Number 2.
How to give us my boy Shea.
Yeah, he didn't make my top 3.
Really?
I have Devontae Graham here, but Shea is one of my favorite players on my fantasy team. That's why I like him.
I love Shea. He's one of my favorite parts of watching Thunder games.
Yeah.
Got the shiftiness.
He's smooth. He's just smooth.
You can just see like fluency in his jump shot.
He doesn't look like a second-year point guard.
No,
he looks like a
not.
13-year veteran. And that's really good.
With the legs of a second-year point guard.
Yeah. Quick first step is there.
Oh, yeah.
My second is Devontae Graham. And it's kind of,
I forgot about
I go with the
like
narrative. Because I see B.I. and I see traded to All-Star, and then I see Devontae Graham undrafted to
out of Kansas.
To up-and-coming star, really. And the Hornets have a shot to make the playoffs this year. I don't think they will. But they were there at the start of the season. I mean, he can really shoot the ball, which he didn't really show at Kansas, which is crazy. But he can shoot the ball, he can finish, he can play defense, he can do it all, and that's why I have number 2. Number 3. Who do you got?
Andrew Wiggins.
Andrew Wiggins.
I think he's made a big jump this season.
Yeah, efficiency-wise, yeah. Yeah, and maybe a little bit points per game.
He's shown
maturity.
He's shown more like work ethic in the gym. He's shown more just leadership.
Yeah.
Even though his team is doing well,
that's
why I don't think he's gonna win.
That's important.
I don't think he has a chance because of that.
My third guy is Luka Doncic. Why isn't he in this race?
He should be, to be honest with you.
He averaged 7 points per game last year. He's giving you 28. That's an 8-point jump. That's more than Brandon Ingram.
Yeah.
And they're in the playoffs, 6 seed, about 13-6. I'd say they were 13 last year, 6 this year. Yeah, it's not even on anymore. So I'll figure the audio out. I got it.
Okay.
But Luka deserves to be in this conversation to me because every statistical category has gone up. They're winning more games. That's not just because KP's there. KP hasn't even played all that well. He's become more of a leader. I think he deserves a good conversation. He's confident all day. It's all him. And I wasn't the biggest fan of him until this year. And
I'll give that one.
I'm a big fan. Sixth man of the year. We've had this discussion before.
Oh, yeah.
I have Montrezl Harrell of the Los Angeles Clippers as my sixth man of the year. I have
Dennis Schroeder.
Why do you have Dennis Schroeder over? Is Montrezl number 2 or is Lou Will?
Montrezl 2.
Okay, I have Lou Will 3 and
Lou Will
Dennis 2.
Okay.
Why do you have Dennis?
He is sometimes, I'd say on average, our second to third leading scorer for our team. And we're a playoff team. He's coming off the bench.
That's what sixth man of the year is.
I know, obviously. But he's coming off the bench. He's giving you 24, 25. He can go off for 30s. Like it's nothing. If we need scoring, we put Dennis in. He gives us buckets. The only place he's not a great defender, which Montrezl is. But I can give you that. He's putting up. I think he's averaging like 19 right now per game.
Putting up 19 on a dot. That's more than Chris Paul.
He leads us on. He leads us in scoring most nights. Yeah, I'd say most nights he leads us in scoring. What's your case for Montrezl?
Let's talk about Dennis here. You're saying he can give you 30. He's giving you 3 games of 30.
That's solid.
That's very respectable.
Off the bench.
Yeah. Let me backtrack. Think of 5 guys who you think lead the league in points in the paint per game. 5 guys. And don't tell me I'm just tell you Montrezl is one of them, but you wouldn't think that, right?
I would think Anthony Davis.
I looked at 1 and 2. Number one's Giannis.
Jokic, Anthony Davis.
Jokic is not even close. He
Giannis.
averages 10.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Joel
Averages 10
Embiid.
points in the paint per game. But
I think centers.
I think it's Anthony Davis. I think it's Giannis. I think Ben Simmons is up there. I think LeBron's up there. Number 2 is Montrezl Harrell.
Number 2.
In the league. I think it's 14.9 or 15 a game, and just in the paint.
That's
and it's not
crazy.
like he's a bad shooter. He can hit that mid-range jump shot.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Pretty good.
Second in the league, pretty good. Second in the
That's
league in
good.
points in the paint. I just saw that today and I was amazed. But why I think Montrez should deserve Sixth Man of the Year is Dennis is the man off the bench, right?
Oh, of course.
But he's the man. There's no one else.
Exactly why I don't think. That's the same reason I don't think Montrez should
Why?
win.
He's doing this with another Sixth Man of the Year candidate
Because
by his side.
He's not even, like, they already have multiple guys off the bench that are giving him stuff. He's not as important off the bench as Dennis Schroeder is for
Is
us.
this a value role or is it a statistic or is it a value award or statistical award?
To me,
In the past, it hasn't been a value award. It's been a statistical award.
I think it should be.
What is it? What is it? What is it? That's why Dennis might have better statistics. So that, I mean, I might be crazy for saying this, but I think because it's a statistical award, Montrez deserves it because he has Lou Will next to him and he can still put up these numbers.
I mean,
He averages 8 rebounds off the bench. 8.
it's pretty good.
That's really good. And he averages, I think, like 17 point something off the bench.
It's definitely going to be interesting to see who comes out on top of that award.
And I think another candidate that we haven't discussed yet is Derrick Rose.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, Derrick Rose.
Yeah.
He
Might win it. I mean,
You think he's going to win?
I'm saying he might. I don't think he.
I don't think he's top 3. I think he's 4th.
He's borderline 3.
Borderline 3.
But he could still win it though. There's plenty of seasons.
He's
left.
was it 6?
Actually Montrez averages more points per game than Dennis Schroeder, and he has Lou Will. But yeah, Montrez
Is Dennis
going away.
Is Dennis putting up, or not Dennis? Is Derek putting up? Did he put up 6 20+ point games in a row?
Maybe he starts now though, so that's why I don't think he'll win it.
Oh, he does start. Yeah.
Of late, he averages 18.9, one shy of.
Yeah.
Let's go to his game log.
I think he's put up like 6 20-point games in a row, maybe 7 now. I don't know what
He has one 30-point game, but he has 22 20 to 29-point games.
crazy.
And he has 17 10 to 19, 2 0 to 9. And Dennis had 5 0 to 9.
That's pretty good.
What does Montrez have? Montrez will give you.
I think Derrick Rose. There was a point in his career where people think he was washed, and there's still more to him.
See, Montrez has 5 30 to 39-point games.
Jeez.
And Dennis had 3. D Rose had 1. And then 20 to 29, he has 14. That's right around where Dennis was. 10 to 19, 24. And then 0 to 9, 3 games. Dennis had 5. So he doesn't have an off night as often.
I mean, I guess.
That's why I give it to Montrez. And D Rose is starting. Lou Will's won it too many times, and Montrez is outplaying Dennis. That's why I
All
give Montrez. MVP. Cream of the crop. Who is your MVP?
I gotta give it to Luka this year.
Luka. He's number 3 on my list. Why is Luka the team of the 6th, the best player of the 6th seed?
You know, I didn't really think the 6th seed thing through that much, but he's
The
been,
last time somebody won MVP that
It
low
was
was
Russell
Russ, but
Westbrook.
he averaged a triple-double. Luka
Yeah.
is not averaging a triple-double.
But Luka has been putting up triple doubles.
Not
He's
like
not
Russ.
averaging one, but he's
Not
not.
like
Yeah, not like Russ. But he's shocked the league. The Mavericks shouldn't be as good as they are without Luka. If you take off Luka, this team is bottom of the league for sure. You can't say that about Giannis or LeBron.
Yeah.
He's the most valuable to his team.
That's probably true. James Harden.
Russell Westbrook could lead that team like he did to the Thunder.
I don't know. I don't know about that one.
Russell led us to the playoffs, and it was just us. It was just him.
In a weaker Western Conference. That was still a strong Western Conference, but it's not as strong as it is today.
I know, but and he still has Clint Capella there, like a Steven Adams. He would have some good shooting off the bench, which he needs shooting to go around Russ because he drives and kicks out. So he gets his assists. You got PJ Tucker, Eric Gordon,
Yeah.
Ben McLemore.
Okay.
Dan House.
I'm throwing it out there. Is James Harden more valuable to his team than Luka Doncic? I'll give it to Luka though.
Yeah.
But that is not the definition of the award.
Most valuable player.
To people, it's not the definition. To everyone around,
To the award itself.
It's not the only criteria, though.
The award is most valuable player.
Your team has to win, though. And you have to put up better
I
statistical
think
numbers.
he can.
You have to do it on both sides of the ball, too. Luka is a horrible defender. Horrible.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, it's bad.
I have my reasons.
I don't think it's a bad argument, but my MVP is Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Varsity. It's my argument against that.
People have won back-to-back before.
Yeah.
And this year, Steph Curry won back-to-back.
Yeah,
And this year, I think he has a better chance of winning this year than he did last year.
Okay.
What do you think? Do you know what the Bucks' record is right now?
It's pretty good.
What they've played 47 games. What do you think their record is?
I think they've lost 8 of them.
6. They're 41-6.
That's really good, yeah.
Their point differential is 13.1.
I was going to guess 11.
So they, on average, they'll beat a team by 13.
It's pretty good.
The next best team, the Lakers in point differential, is 7.5.
I think it's 9, so.
That's a huge jump.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
And who's the best player on that team?
Giannis.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
My argument for that is if you take Giannis off that team, yeah, they're not going to be as good, but
You can't penalize him for that. Though,
in a
can
week,
you? You're penalizing
You
for him.
can't. But in
So
a week,
don't
Eastern
bring that argument
Conference,
up.
that team's gonna make the playoffs.
But you can't penalize him for that.
You can't. I know you can't, but
Same way I can't penalize Luka for being on a bad team, right?
Yeah.
Well,
you can.
I can a little bit just because he can't lead them
Yeah.
to the top like Giannis did, but also Giannis has a better team. But
That's fair.
Giannis-
Giannis is my 2.
Giannis is putting up better numbers than last year. It's not even close.
Who's your 2?
LeBron James. And I had Luka 3.
LeBron's my 3.
Okay, so we had the same top 3. And if I had to, James Harden's right there.
James Harden's
'Cause he's
4.
still putting up 35.
Yeah.
And that's insane. But
The fact that he's not even in our top 3 and he's putting up 35 points is pretty insane.
yeah. Let's finish with LeBron. Let me ask you a question. How do you think he responds to the death of Kobe Bryant? Do you think he comes out with a vengeance, just guns a-blazing?
I don't think he's
Or is
gonna,
he too emotional?
I think the emotions are going to hit him too hard in this next couple of games.
So it's important that Anthony Davis carries the load.
I think he needs to. LeBron, I think he's heartbroken. I think he's.
Do you think he sits out a game?
You've seen with the player. No, I don't think he will.
Because they already postponed one.
But
so
yeah,
he really
but you don't. You've seen in the games that were on that day, players weren't playing the same because they felt they weren't in the right mindset to play basketball.
It's been 4 days and they don't play till tomorrow, though. I mean, that's 5 days.
I still
Gather
don't
your
think-
thoughts.
I still don't think he plays the same. I think he's going to be too emotionally shaken.
But in the long run, do you think it helps? I don't want to use that. Never mind. That's really bad. I don't want to use it. But another thing is, Nick texted us this.
Mm-hmm. Play it for him.
Nick texted us. It's even going to be better when the Lakers win the championship.
Yeah. Which
I think it's dead
hope.
set the Lakers win the championship.
Oh yeah.
It's just that's how sports work.
Mm-hmm.
In 2017, the Houston Astros, cheaters this year, by the way.
Yeah.
But
That's
still,
controversial.
What was it called? Hurricane Harvey
Yeah.
struck that year.
Mhm.
Houston strong on their jerseys. I mean, it's fate that they win that World Series. They cheated. We don't talk about that. I mean, we should, though. I hate the Astros for it, but that's what happened. And also, for that same team, in 2013, there was a magazine article that said, Houston Astros, your 2017 World Series champs. Because they had so much young talent, they're like, yep, they're winning 2017. It was in 4 years in advance.
That's
The
crazy.
Astros were the worst team in baseball then.
Wow.
So I think that sports tend to work like that.
Yeah.
Their fate plays into it, and I think if anything else happens,
Same thing
it's
with,
a
like,
disappointment for him.
LeBron getting drafted to the Cavs, Derrick Rose getting drafted to the Bulls.
Yeah.
It's just fate.
It's just, that's how it, I mean, rigged or not, that's
Yeah.
how it happens.
Yeah.
And I think, I don't want to say it's going to be rigged because of this, but I could see it happening
I
just because
think-
the NBA would make more money off of it. I don't want to bring that up though.
Mhm.
I just think it's bound to happen now.
Yeah,
Hand them the Larry O'Brien trophy.
I think so too.
But I'm gonna still watch the season and hope for the Nuggets. Thunder make a run. Who? Let's close with this. Who would you want the Thunder to play in the first round?
100%. I would want us to play the
Besides
Rockets
like, yeah. Okay.
because we match up so well against them.
Who would you not want to see?
I don't want to play the Nuggets.
Don't say that.
Because-
You'd rather play the Lakers or Clippers than the Nuggets?
I don't think we'll play them.
No, you have a great shot. Right now, the season ends. You play the Clippers.
We rarely beat the Nuggets, so
Don't act like you'd rather play the Nuggets than the Lakers or Clippers. Can you be 100% honest in your head?
Okay.
You'd be scared of the Nuggets more than you'd be scared of the Lakers or Clippers. No way.
I don't think we'll play the Lakers.
Lakers
I think
walk
we'll-
in with 2 7-footers and LeBron. You're like, oh boy.
Yeah, I guess, but I don't think we'll play the Lakers.
You very well could. The
Okay.
Clippers, Nuggets, Jazz could all pass the Lakers. They're only 3 games back, and I wouldn't say you're the 7 seed locked. The Grizzlies have won a lot in a row, so now they're only like 4 games back at you. But if I'm as a Nuggets fan, I want to play the Thunder really bad, and I want to play the Mavericks really bad, and I want to play the Grizzlies really bad. I don't want to play the Rockets. We don't match up well with them at all.
Mhm.
I don't want to play the Lakers. The other two, the Jazz and the Clippers, I wouldn't mind playing at some point. But we'll see how it all shakes out.
All right.
See you next time.
Make sure to like and subscribe. See you next time.